Welcome to another episode of Full Contact Marriage. I'm Scott, this is my wife Stephanie, and today we're going to talk about sports. Wow, what a great weekend for football. I was actually impressed with how good some of those games were.
Some of them were closer than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, that Green Bay game was pretty freaking wild.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Yeah, Seahawks game, not so much.
That was a terrible game.
I don't think I've seen them play that bad ever.
You've seen them play that bad.
I don't think we have. They were terrible.
They were bad, but we've seen them play that bad. We knew they weren't going to win the Super Bowl. Neither of us picked them in our pools. The O-line is just so terrible, so I hope the GM is prepared to spend some money in the offseason because he needs to do some work.
We did have some injuries in that game. I don't think that helped.
Everyone has injuries right now, though.
That call on the holding on the, 70-yard return, that was a bullshit call.
The Atlanta guy was holding him on the ground.
The Atlanta guy was holding the Seahawk guy on the ground, pinned him to the ground, and we got called for holding.
Maybe it's to make up for the face mask call that didn't get called for the touchdown.
It works out in a season.
Yeah, we knew we weren't going to win, so, I mean, as much as it sucks.
They could have beat the Falcons. I think they did. They just didn't show up.
They weren't going to win the next round, in my opinion. That's where I kicked them out of my bracket, so.
Yeah, that's where I think a lot of people went. So what do you think is going to happen in the next game? Falcons,
I still think Green Bay's going to win.
And Green Bay. I think so, too. Rodgers is looking pretty damn good right now.
Oh, yeah. I know the Falcons have, I think, the number one rated offense, but
their defense isn't that good.
No, they put up a lot of points because they have to put up a lot of points. And I think it'll be a very high-scoring game. I don't know what the over-under is going to be, but I don't care. I'm going to take the over.
It's probably a good call. I think the bigger news this week was teams moving to LA. The Chargers are gone from San Diego. Do you want to go to LA?
Do I want to move to LA?
Yeah,
no, I don't.
It's like the thing this year.
No, I don't want to move to LA.
No.
But that's just, it's such a weird, I get why they did it, because they said that they could get the deal done to get the new stadium. But my parents went to a game this past season, and half the stadium was empty. So all these people that are going on and on about how the fans there are just amazing, and we were listening to Jim Rome, and he was talking about how people are Charger fans. They pass it down from generation to generation, which I'm sure they have, but they're not going to the games. I'm not surprised that they left. I'm surprised that they went to LA. I would want to be the team that goes to Vegas myself.
I think that's just the worst planning.
LA is not a sports town. LA is a winner's town. And the Chargers are terrible, and Phillip Rivers is a terrible quarterback. So they're going to do poorly in the LA market. Plus, we were talking about it, so the Rams come back. Okay, that one, fine, because they were the Rams, they were the LA Rams before. So I can get on board with that one. But to have an entirely new team come into a market that, like I said, only supports winners, and then you're going to just have this new team. Can you imagine if they just brought a new NHL team to Calgary, and we're like, hey, be fans. We already have a team.
Well, some nights we have a team.
Either you were a Rams fan before, and your team left, so either you stayed a Rams fan, or you had a different team that you wanted to cheer for, and you've been cheering for the last 20 years or whatever, and so now your team's back and you have to decide if you want to again cheer for the Rams. I can see that having to make that decision, but I don't see all of a sudden having a whole new team and being we're the NFL.
There's just nothing I can say
us
about this move. It doesn't make any sense in any realm of reason. Does this make any sense? I don't know.
It just seems silly to get a new stadium. I have no doubts. I've never been there myself. I don't know what the stadium's like, but I know you guys wanted a new stadium, and
But you fill the one you have.
you didn't even do that. So I don't see the moving as the issue. I see the location that they moved to as an issue.
I don't think that'll be their final place. I think there's other plans that one of those two teams have to go, and it's not going to be the Rams.
I think they'll be there. The Raiders are going to Vegas, and the Chargers are gonna go there until they fold. Unless you guys want to move to Canada.
Toronto needs a team.
We need an NFL team.
Speaking of sucking and bad decisions, let's talk about Phoenix Coyotes. I guess they're the Arizona Coyotes now. Team's playing bad. They have no life in them. They have no leadership. They have no real identity or direction right now. And Mike Smith kind of pointed this out in the media after their loss to Edmonton. Talked about, just paraphrasing here, going up against a team like Edmonton and being mediocre is not acceptable in the NHL. I agree with him. I know a lot of people ripped into him about it's not his place to say that. It's not his place to put those pressures on the team. That should be the coaches and the captains making that call. But I disagree. We live in a time when goaltenders make or break your team. If Carey Price decided to mail it in for a week, there'd be riots in Montreal. It's such an important position when you have a guy like Smith that's been playing so well. He's represented our national teams in so many levels. He's a good goalie with a shitty team. And I don't think that it's fair that people are laying into him for telling his team to step it up. He played as bad as his team was playing. He would be in the minors somewhere. He would be disappeared in the system. Like he wouldn't have a job. So, what do you think? Do you think it's fair for the goalie to pipe up and call out his team?
I think anyone can pipe up and call his team. I don't know what's going on in the dressing room. I don't, kind of on a tangent, I don't like Shane Doan. I haven't liked him the entire time he's been playing. So I don't think that he really screams leader. So if he wasn't going to say it, at least somebody else said it. So.
But what does he care? He's old. Why didn't he retire?
I know. I don't know why he's still playing.
Why is he your captain?
I know.
Like, I've worked jobs where my boss was mailing it in till retirement, and the whole company showed. It all the way through the company, it showed. And it's no different in professional sports. When you have somebody whose heart isn't in it anymore, who really doesn't want to be there, that's there for the paycheck, it's going to show.
I just can't believe that they didn't do what the San Jose Sharks did when they made another early exit a couple years ago, and they took the captaincy from Joe Thornton and gave it to Pavelski. Like, after another disappointing season in Arizona, like, is no one running this team? Somebody needs to take some form of leadership and realize that they need to have a stronger voice in the dressing room, and I don't think Shane knows that person anymore.
That's it for us here at Full Contact Marriage. Thanks for tuning into this week's show. If there's something you want to see us talk about, let us know. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. We'll see you guys next week.